Hey, what's up, guys? Today, once upon a rhyme here, I got a story time for y'all. If you guys are wondering what kind of gameplay I got in the background, it's called Peak. It's on Steam right now as we speak. It's probably going about $8. Me and my friend, who the fuck was Z, was playing this. And let's get into this story time. So this story time takes place about 3 years ago, 2022, probably the start of 2023. And I was dating this girl at the time. We're gonna call her Stephanie. And during this time, we were dating for about a year, and I completely gained trust for her. And on this day, I wake up. Of course, we text each other good morning. I wake up. I lay in bed for about 20 minutes, and then go right to school. So how my morning routine would look was I would skip breakfast, talk to my mom for a little bit, and then I would go off to school. So during this time, I was going off to school, and I was texting her, and usually we met up somewhere. Like it was the front of the school, like it was the back of the school. And when I met up with her, we usually walked around before class started, and then the bell rung. I went to class, and then of course, I would skip a class to go see her. But during this day, she asked me a question that I really didn't bug me at first, but then something happened, of course, to make it worse. So she asked me about this guy. We're gonna call him Tony. So Tony here, she wanted to hang out with this guy named Tony. I have met him a couple times. I thought he was gay. It was just the stuff he did. Well, I said sure, because of course I trust my girlfriend. I wouldn't think she would do anything. So I said yes, and when after school, I walked, and she usually would take the bus, and I would walk home. Even though she didn't live that far, so she could have walked, but no complaints there. But I got home, and I didn't hear from her for like hours. So I think they immediately hung out right after school, or he came over. It was one of those two. That detail is like a little hard to remember but when I didn't hear from her in hours, until probably like 10 o'clock, and she finally texted me back. And, we're talking, and then I asked her, I was like, "Oh, well, what did y'all do?" And she told me what they did. Like they just walked around and got free pizza from the construction worker. And I was like, "Oh, did anything else happen?" And at the time, she told me no, that nothing happened. So I believed her and left it alone. But something was telling me in my gut that like something happened. I just don't know what. So the next day of school, I woke up. I laid in bed for about 20 minutes, got ready, and started walking. I met her at the back of the school. We started walking. She was acting a little weird, but I just thought that maybe she was tired or something. And I went to class, and then probably like we're just gonna skip forward about like a few hours. So it's probably like it's like the middle of the school day, right? I'm in Spanish class, and she was like, "Can you meet me?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." Like usually I would sometimes take the bathroom pass to go see her, and at this time I just thought that's what she wanted. So I met up with her, and I walked right up to upstairs bathroom. So how we would do this was there was no like security people that would walk around up there really, and if they did, it was probably because something happened. So I used to, when if I would skip or if I would go like meet her somewhere, it would just be like on the second floor of the school. So during this time, or I met up with her, and she's like, "I gotta tell you something." I was like, "Okay, what is it?" So the way she had me positioned was I was like kind of like against the wall, and she was kind of like right there, and she was like, and I know what you guys are thinking. They're like, "Oh, you're getting it on." No. So what she told me was, he kissed me, or she told me he kissed her, and I was like, and my heart sunk to my stomach at the time, and I was like, "Oh, did you kiss back? Did you push away?" And she was like, "I kissed back," and I just stood there. I didn't know what to say, and I just wanted to leave, but she was like stopping me, and she was like, "I'm sorry," and I was like, I just don't know what to think. So I kind of just walked away, and I didn't hear from her for until like probably after school, and she ended up calling me, and she was like talking that she felt really bad, And I was stupid for this. I ended up forgiving her. When we moved on, it became a whole more thing. So actually, probably like a couple days after that, the guy, what is his name again? Tony. The guy Tony told her he had to pick between, me or, him, and she picked me, of course. And I thought he accepted it, and he didn't. I ended up. So I used to take this like certain pathway. So when I would walk to like the side in like this football stadium that my school had. So he was following me, right? And of course, I didn't want to lead him back to my house. So I ended up walking. I was kind of like walking. So the way I would go would, it was like out to this like a neighborhood, and then the neighborhood would go back to the school and like turn like left out of there. And I went back to the school, and I'm thinking, oh my god, this kid is going to kill me because my girlfriend made the decision to pick me. Well, I ended up talking to this guy, right? And he thought I was playing, right? I was like, oh, this guy is like following me. I don't know what he's gonna do. And he thought we were just messing around, right? And I was genuinely scared. And so I I went to the school, and the special ed kids teachers was there, like letting them go on the bus. And I was like, and I explained the situation. So I ended up going to like the principal's office, and they made me write out a statement. So I had to write a whole like probably like a paragraph, almost 2 paragraph statement. And she's texting me, talking about, well, what happened, da da da. Because at this time I did forgive her, and we were back on talking terms. So yeah, apparently he wanted to hurt me, but that's kind of like it of the story. Like, he just wanted to hurt me, and that was it. He was gone. He never came back to school. Um, Come to find out, probably like after like probably like 9 months later, a situation happened, and they ended up texting again. And he showed me the screenshots. He was saying that like they were trying. He was trying to hang out with her and FaceTime, and she was going for it. So that was a whole different situation. It actually wouldn't even be enough for a story time. But if y'all enjoyed this story time, hope you guys enjoyed this first one, and I'll see y'all in the next one.